in the trivia. You want me to say not all the way. Just leave it quiet. All right, so we are joined by Izabel, class of 2020. Interesting graduating class with the way it ended. Thanks for joining us. Mm-hmm. All right, so why'd you pick early college?
I remember in 8th grade, we were all given the decision to, either go to our normal high school or ATA or AST, and then there was early college and scholars. And I really liked the whole atmosphere here whenever we were allowed to tour it. I came here with my mom, and we did a night tour, I believe. And we got some one-on-one time to talk with a couple of people that were here. And I feel like it was just a really good fit for me. I cared about my schooling, and I feel like every class here was very important and helped me work towards where I wanted to be, rather than just letting me fly under the radar. They hold you accountable here. So I really loved that whole aspect of it. Yeah.
All right, so you get to Bridge Week. That was a good time.
Yeah.
We still do all the same games, same activities, same Disney princesses or whatever we do. You meet a lot of new people. You meet our advisory. Our advisory had some interesting people.
Yes.
How would you describe kind of our group? What was our personality or personalities?
Yeah.
We had multiple.
Oh, yeah. I still actually talk to some of my advisees to this day. We're not like the best of friends because we were very different. A lot of us, there was a couple of us in that class right there that were athletes. There were some that were strictly school and only school, and then there were some that were just trying to graduate and trying to get everybody to participate sometimes was interesting, but typically you could get everybody rounded up. We had a good advisory. I feel like everybody participated in anything we did. I remember a couple of things that we did. We did blankets for babies for the hospital.
Talk more about that one, because that one's actually kind of cool, and how the funding came together on that. Because so many times we're like, oh, we don't have money, we can't get the money together. How quickly did that money come together?
It came together pretty fast. And I know me, I at least put some money in, and I worked at a pizza shop that is no longer there for $7.45 an hour. So that was interesting trying to get money together. But I think, didn't we do a fundraiser or something?
And did it online.
Yeah, and we raised quite a good bit of money, and we made a few blankets right over there in that corner. Got fabric everywhere and made it fun for the janitors to vacuum up, that's for sure.
Some of that stuff's probably still back there.
Yep.
Got a picture of it in the other corner. Yeah, and our service stuff, that was one of the things we did. I think we did a lot of other stuff. One of the most memorable things I remember is the time we spent down doing a river cleanup. And your dad and your brother were there.
Yes.
What happened?
Okay, so we have kayaks, and we decided that we were going to be the ones to go in the water because we're very my whole family's athletic, and so we had no problem with that. And we decided to get in the kayaks, and we had a storm, and so the currents were very strong. And my dad had just got this brand new kayak, and it was more for almost like speed racing, like it skims the water, but it doesn't sit low into the water. So he's reaching for something, and when I tell you, he flips the entire kayak. All the trash that we just picked up in his kayak falls out. And then we go probably about half a mile down the river before we could push him off into a bank because the currents were so strong. My little brother was crying. I was holding on to my dad's kayak. My brother was trying to paddle us, so we kept switching jobs because then he was complaining that his arms were tired, and it was quite interesting. My dad came back soaking wet, and lots of questions were asked.
Lots of questions.
Yeah. But he made the front page of the newspaper. Crazy enough. None of the students, but my dad, Dad made it somehow. So
fun story. I still remember it. Mm-hmm. So do you. And I bring that up too because a lot of us are looking for opportunities to get out in the community. There are so many things you can do. Doesn't always have to be early college related. We do a lot of stuff, but get out there and do stuff. They like to kayak, super athletic family. Bring the family. Everybody come have a good time. It's good. And things like recycling and trash pickup stuff. You can do it literally almost year round because we flood, we have storms, we have a lot of trash and debris. Some of you actually did that river cleanup or the river park cleanup. You went on this most recent one, what was it, like 700 pounds or something of trash? That's crazy because we went not that long ago. So get out there, do the stuff, and get the memories. The memories are the important stuff. Notice we haven't even talked about class.
Yeah.
You know, and we focus on the advisory, grow in the advisory, get to know your advisors and your classmates. Because that was an interesting advisory.
It really was.
I think you nailed it in terms of the diversity that we had. Some are still doing college. Some are finishing up college. Some never went to college. Some didn't need to go to college. Like, we got everything.
Married and babies.
Married and babies and everything.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been joined by Emily Hoffman, in the class of 2019. You already know Miss Emily pretty well, or at least you think you do. I don't know where I saw that. Netflix. Emily, why did you pick early college?
Well, I actually didn't pick early college, not at first. Both of my parents were very adamant about me going here. It's one of the few things they've ever agreed on in their lives. That's how you know it was a good thing. And so first I came here because I didn't really have a choice, but by the end of freshman year, I had really fallen in love with the people and the atmosphere, and I finally started to see that these opportunities that were promised could really benefit me in the future. So I changed my whole mindset, and obviously I stayed.
So we worked through the freshman year, sophomore year, and at this point we're kind of merging you together, and Skylar comes later too. You get through that freshman year, our whole audience, they're familiar with freshman year. They're getting into sophomore year, finishing up sophomore year here. Some of them have started taking college classes, some of them maybe not quite yet. What's the transition like going from high school only to high school and college classes?
Like, what was it like for me? Well, I feel like freshman year we still had civics. I don't know if they still have that. Mr. Servo? Okay. Yeah, that was like a college class on its own. That was hard. But I think sophomore year, it was nice having that little bit of independence that they just barely let you dip your toes into. So take advantage of it. Don't abuse it, because we had a lot of students abuse that. And you lose your privileges for whichever ones are left here. I don't know. But yeah, I think just take full advantage. It's easy to make A's in the classes that they give you sophomore year, so boost that GPA while you can. I wish that's something that I would have been more strict on myself about, was there's no reason to not have an A in a freshman seminar class. Like, there's no reason for, these basic ones. Just get the work done, push yourself, and get it over with.
Use that college coverage time wisely.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Emily, what about you?
It was a little bit of a hard transition for me at first, because, and I don't know how your classes look, but there were some people in my class that were in vastly different stages of life, and the majority of them, even the ones who were in their 20s, kind of looked at us like we were toddlers. So it wasn't you almost felt like, am I supposed to be here?